Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're taking a look at the next new super weapon hero bringing to us from the great developers at IGG, Skateboard Kid Rick Light. All right, he's a Rider Squad Garrison main with, what? The attack tree? Wait, what? The attack tree? Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. The first attack tree hero in I don't know how long to be bringing a return. So this, to me, seems like he's going to be focusing very heavily on boosting things like your basic attack damage, your attack, your defense, HP, things like that, your base stats at the cost of skill stuff. So we're going to have to see. I mean, the meta quite literally is as much skill damage as possible. Skill damage does account to from, 40 to 50% of all damage dealt in a fight. So I can appreciate having some background. But this is one of these things where I'm a little bit curious how it's going to play out, because with that attack skill tree, like I mentioned, it's not nearly as going to be as beneficial to what the meta is when it comes to needing so much rage, right? Every single hero that we see now has that skills tree to generate rage, which generates more skill damage. So this hero here is a little bit a test to that, a little bit back from that. So we're going to see how it plays out. First and foremost, taking a look at his super weapon. First and foremost, we're taking a look at his super weapon. We're going to increase basic attack damage by 40% when Garrison basic attacks have a 20% chance to reduce enemy rage by 30. So we've got a 20% chance to reduce by 30. That's not too bad. An increase of 40% on your basic attack damage. That's pretty good. So your basics are going to be hitting like crazy. And rage reduction, 20% chance for rage reduction, which means that this could theoretically hit, multiple times in a row. Which, if you think about it, isn't bad. I'm not angry with that, to be fair. A 40% increase in basic attack damage and a 30% or a 30 flat reduction in rage. It's not too bad. It seems a little bit underwhelming to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, 40% on your basic attack damage is huge, depending on what the rest of it does. But when I look at other heroes, like I look at Boyd, for example, who provides, I think, 3 different stats, right? Like, he provides, flat damage. Let's see what his does. I can't remember. Infantry squad damage, infantry squad attack, shield bonus. Right? That's for every 15% increases 5%, so up to 30% squad attack. So you're getting 10% damage, 30% squad attack, 30% shield bonus at max. So it just seems to me like it might be a little bit off-putting or a little bit subpar by comparison. I could be wrong. But an increase of 40% into your basic attack damage is pretty nice. Now let's take a look at what his skills are at max level. Well, first we'll take a look at here, and then we'll take a look at them transcended. So first and foremost, basic attack damage from Shark Spin is going to be dealing 3,300 damage. So basic attacks deal bonus damage for the next 5 seconds. So each basic attack will deal an additional 3,300 skill damage. When not in a rally, has a 20% chance to deal 1 additional basic attack per turn. Nice. Cool. So he has the ability to trigger this more often, possibly even 6 times. 6 or more. And if you think about it, even for 5 times this is 16,500. So that's a big painful ouch. 16,500 is hurts. Right? 16,500 hurts. Next, we've got Trick Shooting. When not in a rally, for every 10 basic attacks, deals damage to the target at a factor of 4,000, so every 10 seconds. Oh, every 10 basic attacks. And you have an additional chance to do basic attacks here, so it could be probably every 8 seconds you're dealing an additional 4,000, so again, more damage to you. Next, we've got Stunt Skating, which is going to increase the Rider Squad attack by 30% and Rider Squad damage increase by 8%. That's decent, especially when those are coming together on one stat. Rider Squad attack by 30 and increase overall damage by 8. That's good. Next, we've got Freestyle, increasing Rider Squad HP by a total of 35% and reduces damage taken from range squads by 8%. All of this when garrisoned, right? So increases the HP by this by 35% and reduces the damage by 8% when garrisoned. So if you're not garrisoned, you're not getting any of this. Okay? Now, when you have them awakened, when not in a rally, basic attacks have a 20% chance to deal an additional 1,000 damage up to 3 nearby enemies. This damage is affected by basic attack damage buffs. Whoops. I hit I hit the button on my chair to lower my seat. So this damage here is going to be benefited. So that 40% basic attack damage is going to increase this. Right? Anything that you have, you know, a chasey, for example, that you have this paired with, it increases by 400%. That's going to hurt a lot. It's going to hurt a lot. So that's just what he is without being transcended. Once you have him transcended, now we're dealing 3,600 damage. Before, I believe it was 35, right? 33. So now we're dealing 3,600 for the next 5 seconds with a 30% chance to deal additional basic attacks per turn. With these basic attacks not triggering counterattacks from the enemy. So free damage. That hurts. That's a lot of damage. That really hurts. When not in a rally, for every 10 basic attack damage dealt, deals damage to the factor at 3... whoa. What? When not in a rally, for every 10 basic attacks, deals damage to 1,200... or deals damage at a factor of 4,000. Now... when not in a rally, for every 10 basic attack damage, deals damage to the target for 5,000 and heals self based on 30% of this damage dealt. Crazy. Okay, and he's got a heal. Interesting. Stunt skating now goes up to increase to 35%. Rider squad attacks to 10%. When squad size is below 50%, Rider squad damage further increases by an additional 5%. So you're doing 15%. Rider squad damage increase. That's huge. That's huge. Good for garrison. Increased by HP by 40% overall. We anticipated this when it comes to the super weapon change. Reduces damage taken from range squads by 10% when garrisoned. That hurts as well. This is going to be quite a painful little painful approach. And then once you have him transcended... when not in a rally, let's see the difference. When not in a rally, basic attacks have a 20% chance to deal, 1,200. Oh, look at this. The damage is affected by basic attack damage buffs, and chance increases to 100% if it's an additional basic attack, which he gets from this. That's crazy. So Rick overall is stacking up really nicely. And when you pair him with someone even like Janet Light... whose damage factor here is based on when you deal additional damage, like individual, where is it here? 800 times 5, so that's an extra 3,500 before using a rage skill. Like, it's crazy. Every time there's damage dealt. So, like, you can start to see these damage stacking quite heavily between them. And if you pair Rick Light with Chasey, for example, who is increasing the basic attack damage... by, what is that, 400% or something crazy? Oh, I don't even think I have Chasey. Right? You look at Chasey, she's got this one. A 290% once you have her transcended. It's like... I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's like 400% or something ridiculous. What is it? 330% reduction and stuff. HP is ridiculous. Yeah, so I mean, you can see Chasey Rick being something to write home to mom about. Even Rick Janet to be something to write home to mom about. But you might see Felix Janet out there as well, because Felix and Janet will be a good field fighting squad, leaving Chasey and Rick to be in the defense. I mean, that's painful either way you look at it. I'm a little scared with what these guys are bringing, because like I mentioned, their only way to balance is not by balancing the heroes, but by adding new stuff that's just overpowered. And this is kind of where I'm seeing this here. People have said these guys are going to be kind of subpar. I don't think so. I thought Janet was going to be subpar until I kind of thought about it a little bit more. And as you saw in the video, I changed my opinion on her like in real time. And I think I'm doing the same with Rick here. I think, truth be told, when I first saw him, I was a little scared because of this attack tree. But seeing how the rest of his skill plays out, there's the rest of his stats play out, I'm a little nervous, man. I'm a little nervous for Riders. I think they're gonna have a really good setup. It's not really great for counter swarming and things like that, but it's great for counter damage. It's great for like countering skill damage. Is great for pumping out additional basic attack damage and counter damage from there. So it's gonna really peel down that main one like quickly. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how he plays out. But I mean, it's by its own right, it's the next super weapon hero, so you know he's gonna be broken by comparison. So either way, folks, that's gonna wrap it up for Rick Light. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button. Comment down below what you think about the Light siblings. Subscribe to the channel. Fill out the notification bell. All those things are absolutely free to you. Don't cost you a darn dime, but help out the channel immensely. So if you can do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.